welcome back to the show. It's me, Hugh. Daryl's my co-host today on a Thursday, a hot and humid day, as Amber has just pointed out.
It's very hot out. It's nice, though.
But it's not bad in here, though.
No, it's nice in here.
Did you have to climb the stairs?
I did, but it's kind of like a New York loft in here. It's kind of cool.
It's too bad you didn't get the elevator ride, though.
Oh, is it not working? I
Well,
didn't want to try.
the regular elevator guy's on vacation. The new elevator guy can't figure out how to make the buzzer work. So even if you press the buzzer, he's not hearing it. So you got to know to yell down, John, can you come and take me up to the 5th floor?
See, that's all just too sketchy. I would rather just take the stairs.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. But the elevator's fun. Okay. Anyways, so Amber, great to have you here.
Thanks for
And
having me.
we've got one of your paintings right here, right? With the hamburgers in the background.
Yeah, got Jughead there.
That's Jughead?
Yeah.
Like what, from that show?
Well, from the Archie comics, but the new Riverdale show was kind of taken off, and this
So
is
that's an actual, in a sense, a portrait of an actor in character.
Yeah, that's Cole Sprouse, who's Jughead on the show, who
Okay.
everyone's obsessed with, including myself. And
Really?
So made a little homage to him.
Yeah. And the hamburgers, I guess, because they hang out at the, probably the hamburger
It's a very
shop.
Jughead thing.
Is it
hamburgers.
set in the 50s or something, or is it set in modern day?
I think it's set in modern day. I don't think it really has too much to do with the comics.
Okay.
It kind of took this weird sort of like cult classic horror spin, which is strange.
It's got a
but
horror spin to it?
Kind of, yeah. It was like a murder,
Oh, yeah?
murder mystery the whole first season.
Riverdale.
Yeah.
It's like David Lynch style.
Sort of.
Yeah.
A little less weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, so that's just him in character from the show with some hamburgers, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what were you thinking when you, besides the homage,
Yeah.
right?
Honestly, with a lot of my pop culture stuff, I mean, there's so much going on in the world, and I have other art that's political or heavy. But when I do the pop culture stuff, it's just like a levity on life. You know, just taking a funny character or a weird character and making a funny painting out of it.
Oh.
Or
There we go.
there he is.
Gosh. And do we have all these
Thank
ones?
you,
Because
Mark.
you brought a bunch with you today, right?
They're all on. Yeah, they're on the
Can
USB.
we maybe pull another one up and we got the scarecrow over here, right?
Yeah. So I have the
You want to hold
Wizard
it up
of Oz
and,
gentleman,
yeah.
hipster style.
So, what do you mean hipster style?
Well, I mean, so the lion, for example, is not a lion. He's now a man. And they're all like a little bit hipster. They're still the style of what they were on the show forever ago, wherever it came out.
Right. So,
But-
are these patterned off real people, or these are your ideal, example of a hipster?
This is just my take on what the characters would be like if they were human. Like he's I guess a robot or a tin man in
He kind of looks like the one from the movie, though.
Yeah,
Like this
I was
guy.
going for that, but
Yeah.
And this guy's he's got everything. He's got the man bun,
Yeah.
the beard, the earring, the whole thing, the glasses.
Cowichan sweater.
Yeah.
Cowichan?
Cowichan.
That's what that is?
I believe so.
See? I didn't
Yeah.
even know that.
Very hip.
Very hip. We're behind the times here.
So, and the scarecrow guy, now who's
Yeah.
he? No, I mean,
So the scarecrow is the easiest because he kind of almost looks human in the movie, but yeah, I just made him a little less sewn together man and more human.
and then you've got the images. That one's got the, because he needs a brain, right?
Yeah, so you're looking for the brain. He
Needs a heart.
needs a heart and he needed courage.
Courage.
But he's the king of the forest, so I went with that because courage was a hard one.
Do you ever sing that song?
Yeah. Whenever I'm painting things, I usually sing like the theme song of, like I was painting Ewan McGregor from Moulin Rouge the other day, and I will forever have that song stuck in my head. Like I don't mean to, but I sit down to paint and the songs come.
So you sing that like, if
I was singing Yellow Brick Road.
Oh, that one?
Yeah. Not the king of the forest.
You don't do that one.
I didn't do that one. Now I will.
Okay, so, and do we have any more that we can see? That
I've got a lot, yeah.
Well, here we go. Okay, there's a lot to look at there.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's just a gallery wall of...
Who are those guys, the two guys up in the upper, or the
So they're from
blonde?
Zoolander. That's Derek Zoolander and
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
Hansel.
Owen Wilson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I just like to take funny characters and make something that's going to make someone laugh. I do a lot of crossovers too. So this is the Little Shop of Horrors plant with the Nintendo plant. It's their love story, plant love. I like crossover, pop culture crossover.
Who's that?
That's
Michael
the
Cera.
yeah.
Who?
Michael Cera. He's from Superbad.
Canadian actor.
Oh,
He's in a lot of things, and he's Bedazzled, of course. kind of goes against his personality. That's just Beyonce and Jay-Z in a bath,
That's what I
because
thought.
why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Is she in her Sasha Fierce
Yeah.
mode?
Yeah.
Do you think she's possessed, like they say?
What? Who says that?
You didn't hear that?
No.
That they're all a part of a satanic cabal? Jay-Z and Sasha Fierce?
They're in a cult?
Well, Hughes, everyone's in a cult. We're all in a cult, apparently.
I think you better do some more research.
Yeah.
Oh,
And what do we got
okay.
here?
So this is Royal Tenenbaums. I love Wes Anderson. I do a lot of Wes Anderson art. Yeah, Richie and Margot Tenenbaum.
Yeah.
I did this one a while ago.
That was a weird movie. Oh,
It's a
this,
weird
this
movie.
of course, is,
Con Air, Nick Cage,
yeah.
Put Down the Bunny.
Do you like Nicolas Cage?
I love Nicolas Cage.
Really?
I might be like one of the few people who do, but
Well,
Yeah,
I
some
think
people-
he's a great actor. I
a
think
lot
he's
of people
actor.
don't like
Except
him,
for his bad
right?
I mean, he does do some horrible movies.
most
but,
of what he does is bad.
Yeah, but he's quite good.
But bad in like a hilarious
Yeah.
cult classic kind of
Yeah.
way.
I kind of I like him. Like I don't have any problem with Nicolas Cage at all. He's
Yeah.
kind of like I find him likable.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
likable.
Right?
Yeah.
But so many people don't like him.
I know, I don't get it.
I know.
Maybe younger generations don't get him.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Okay, what else we got? Okay.
So this is Game of Thrones. Everyone's
Yes,
obsessed.
of
This is
course.
Mother of Dragons, but I have her with Falcor from Neverending Story. Like I like to do the crossover.
All right.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
Andy Warhol, maybe?
yeah.
Okay.
This was actually one of my first paintings. I was always an artist growing up, and I always drew, but I was terrified of painting. I didn't think I could control the paintbrush. And I went to art school, and they made me paint a human, which was the most terrifying thing. And this was the first one, and I was like, I kind of love this.
Yeah,
Well, you know
he
what's
even
cool?
got the soup.
I
Yeah.
had, yeah, and then
right
his
there above it.
flower print in the
Yeah.
back too.
Well, what I'm finding fascinating is that when you said, because this is pop art that you're
Yeah,
doing, right?
yeah.
And when I think pop art, I think of that
Andy
Andy
Warhol.
Warhol painting
Yeah.
with the pop can.
Yeah.
Huge
Or the
inspiration.
Campbell thing, right?
Bright colors and just sometimes making fun of itself, ridiculous stuff, and that's kind of what I go for. This one's really tiny, hence why it might look so crazy big like that. But again, this is Wes Anderson. This one's from Darjeeling Limited.
Mm-hmm.
This is a close-up of another very small one from Hateful Eight. I'm also a big Tarantino fan.
Back to Jughead.
And there's
Jughead
that guy.
again.
Wait, don't you? Okay, that's a song. The next one.
Which
Don't you
I
forget
sang a
about
lot while painting it.
That's the. Funny. That's the second time today
Is that the
people
first?
have named their paintings after '80s pop
Yeah.
tunes.
I paint a lot of 80s themed stuff. There was a lot of like goofy but iconic movies made in the 80s.
What is the most goofiest and iconic movie that you can think of?
I mean, I would maybe say Con Air, which we saw the painting from. That's just a ridiculous movie, but I love it. It's fantastic.
Okay.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Another, I think it was the 80s, maybe it was the 90s.
So
that's
this
that.
is mixing Monet and
Yeah.
Gordie Howe?
So this is a part of the movie where Cameron's in the Met and he's looking at, I think it's a Surratt
Okay,
painting.
Surratt,
So this one was interesting because I kind of had to do the pointillism Surratt painting and then him in front. Again, this is really tiny. I do a lot of really huge art and a lot of really tiny art.
How
so
big
this
is this
one's,
one?
I think
This-
it's 4x4
Wow.
Very small.
inches. Yeah, quite small. I do a lot of 2x2 inches. So like just
2 by
tiny,
2?
tiny little
With
paintings.
the
Yeah.
magnifying glass, or how do you do it?
I mean, it takes a long time. It takes
Yeah.
longer to do a small
Yeah, I
one than to do a
bet.
big one because it's
Jeez.
just a lot of detail,
Detail.
small detail. Yeah.
It's hard.
Again, Wes Anderson. This one's from Grand Budapest, I think it was called.
Grand Budapest
Yeah.
Hotel.
Yeah. Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
I just like weird faces and weird characters and
Yeah. He
weird actors.
He's got the trademark on
Yeah.
that, pretty much.
Yeah.
Is that 4x4 too?
That one's 4x4 also, yeah.
In blood dripping down, or what was that?
I just have a lot of neon in my paintings.
Yeah.
I don't know why I like bright.
What's going on here?
So this is maybe 2014. It was an Oscar selfie. It was when Ellen DeGeneres was filming the Oscars, and she wanted to set a world record for selfie likes, I think it was on Twitter. And so this is a photo she took during the Oscars live, and it went viral.
And you just reproduced it in
I
paint?
just thought I'd paint it, yeah.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
So, one time, remember like Windows?
Yeah.
Like the old Windows? You know the background, the classic Windows default screensaver
Yeah.
of that hill,
Yeah.
just a hill?
Yeah.
So I found somebody painted that.
What,
Like
really?
made a painting of
I love
that
it.
Windows. And
Yeah.
I somehow, I don't know where it is, I wish I had it.
Yeah.
And then I replaced that image on my Windows computer with that painted image. Somebody just painted that.
That's
You know what I'm
funny.
saying?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's weird. I wish I had it still.
David Bowie?
David Bowie. I do a lot of Bowie. This is from The Labyrinth. This is actually painted on 3 slats of wood. That's where there's white in between. I mean, I grew up with The Labyrinth. It's classic.
What, do you believe he's still alive?
No, I'm learning so much from you today.
I think he's still
Beyonce's
alive.
in a cult.
Yeah,
David
well,
Bowie
it's
might
just,
still
you
be
gotta
alive.
you gotta ignore
I
that.
can show you proof after the show.
Oh, okay. I want to
Well,
see that.
some people don't believe it.
That he's still alive? I mean, I hope you're right.
They don't believe. I think he just decided to retire in anonymity
Yeah.
and just
I think you have trouble with death.
no.
This could
You,
be it.
Doesn't want to let
Daryl,
go.
did I show you the proof? I'll show you the proof.
I mean, it would be a David Bowie thing to do.
I know.
He came out with that album right before he died, pretty much saying goodbye.
Yeah.
I mean, the timing was a little. Okay, I hope you're right.
I'll show you.
Well, so did Leonard Cohen come out with an album about death
True.
before he died.
True.
But I think that
Maybe Leonard Cohen and David Bowie are hanging out somewhere.
could be in Hugh's
I-
mind.
I
Yes.
don't
Drinking
think
my
so. I think
glass.
Leonard Cohen's probably really dead. It's
Okay, we're
because I
admitting
think
that
he's
one?
a normal guy.
Okay, that's good.
But David Bowie, I'm not so sure about.
This is just Jon Snow. This is right after he.
Right.
Well, I don't want to give any spoilers, but people
Oh,
should
you
know
know
by
the
now.
spoilers.
He died. This is many seasons ago.
Yeah,
Well,
he died, but
He died and
of
came
course
back.
He's still alive. Yes.
So this is.
Except those hackers are screwing everything up by.
I know, it's
yeah,
sad. I
it's
hate
not
knowing
good.
things ahead of time. Again, crossovers. So this is another labyrinth, Hoggle from the Labyrinth, and he's professing his love to a troll doll.
It looks like it could be Rapunzel.
It definitely.
It's a
is.
Rapunzel-like
Rapunzel-esque,
troll doll.
yes.
Rapunzel-esque.
Yes.
Yeah. I just like mixing pop culture, just taking weird things, putting them together. Again, so here's
Ledger?
Miranda Priestley. I believe the character's name is from Devil Wears Prada with
Yeah,
Heath
Heath
Ledger.
yeah.
Just a couple of grumpy characters on a carousel, hanging out.
Oh,
There's Zoolander again. Again, Falcor from Neverending Story, the Luck Dragon. So it's just a luck collage. Another small one. It's 4x4.
With a wishbone, perhaps.
With a wishbone.
how'd
yeah.
you get that map thing in there?
It's an old British map I got from just a vintage store, and I pasted it on the. It's a wooden canvas. I pasted it down first, and then did the
I see.
painting on top.
Very cool.
Yeah. And this is new. I've started hand making pins because enamel pins are like a hot rage right now, and I can't even keep up with how fast they sell. They're selling quicker than I make them, but it takes a lot because you have to make them really big, like 6x6, and then you bake them, and they bake down to this tiny little
Really?
1x1 thing, and so they screw up a lot in the baking process. So it's a lot of trial and error.
Well,
but
wait, what does not hot dog mean?
so that's from Silicon Valley. It's just a joke from an episode.
Oh.
They created an app called Not Hot Dog. So
Yeah.
you take a photo of like a hot dog and it tells you whether it's a hot dog or not. Or like if you take a photo of a hamburger, it says not hot dog. It's very ridiculous.
You can take a photo of everything,
Yeah,
and it'll tell you it's
anything.
not a hot dog.
Whether it'll tell you whether
Unless
it's
it is a hot dog.
Yeah. Very necessary app, I believe. More Jughead. I do a lot of Jughead. It sells quickly. It's all the rage.
Wow.
This one just sold to Step Brothers. This was hard because again you have to paint like this big 6x6 and melt it down. So I did it a couple times and they kept warping, and this one turned out.
Where do you? Is that it?
I think that's all I brought.
Okay. So, I mean, where do you get that? Where do you bake that down? Like, I mean,
You buy these sheets. They're I'm not sure what it is, some sort of plastic, and
Yeah.
one side's sort of sandpaper, the other side's really glossy.
Yeah.
And so you do a black outline on the glossy side, and on the other side you do acrylic painting, and then
and then
bake it down.
They bake it down.
Hope for the best. And then it comes out sort of shriveled up, and you have to like flatten it and hold it for a couple seconds until it hardens.
Wow.
It's a strange process. but
Wow.
It's fun. I
How'd
like
you
it.
get into that? I mean, how'd you even find out about that?
I mean, I just looked online because everyone's wearing these pins right now and buying them, and I love like accessorizing, and I do all this art, but I like that someone could actually wear my art.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I just researched online and figured it out.
So what's the Willowbird all about?
I don't really know how it came about. So I'm obsessed with my animals. Like, I'm the crazy person who left home and brought, I was like 18 and brought the family dog, 2 family cats, the bunny, like everyone with me. I went to college and had all these animals at home. I just love my animals. And so one of my animals was named Willa. She was a cat. She died when she was 24, so very long age. I had her
Wow.
for a lot of my life. And so
Never
that's
heard
where
of it,
Willa comes from.
24.
And I love birds. I grew up with birds, and honestly, the by Amber was added because Willowbird was already taken on Etsy, so I added by Amber and it stuck.
That's weird, Willowbird. You think that?
Yeah.
Like, who's going to take that?
I know,
right?
but it's not even an open store. It was just a name that was taken.
Wow.
Yeah, strange.
Maybe you took it by accident. You know how sometimes you go and you log in, you
Subconsciously.
create your account, and you forget about it, and you go back.
I don't think that's what happened. Maybe, who knows?
What kind of pets do you have now?
I have a rabbit now, so I travel a lot, and I can only travel with one animal in cabin, and I don't like putting my animals underneath, and so I have a bunny named Teacup. I love her. I'm obsessed. She goes everywhere with me.
Really? Like,
Yeah.
where do you go with your rabbit?
Well, I lived in New York for a while.
Yeah.
She has her little bunny passport, so she had to do all these tests, and she has a little headshot. So she came with me to New York. I'm from Vancouver, so I go back there a lot. I lived in Victoria for a while, lived on the Sunshine Coast.
You did?
Been here in Toronto, yeah.
Do you know Lalo?
Lalo?
Lalo.
Sunshine Coast in BC.
No, that's what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
Lalo is in BC?
Yeah, she lives at Roberts Creek.
I know Robert's Creek.
She's got a big tattoo right in the middle of her forehead.
I do not know Lalo. I feel like I would remember that.
She lives on the top of Mount Elphinstone.
That's so cool.
I know.
My dad retired out there, and it's very like a hippie-ville, and I love it.
Really?
I kind of want to buy a van and just like live out there.
Like, where is he? Which town is he?
He's in Madeira Park.
I don't know where that is.
Really small. It's like 30 minutes past Seashell.
Oh, past Seashell.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Heading towards Pender Harbor, I believe.
Yeah, I haven't been up that way.
So this is
It's
the place to
gorgeous.
live.
I mean, you can't really work up there. I think it's all retirees.
Retired.
But it's gorgeous. You have like the mountains and the lakes and the oceans right there, and it's pretty
Yeah.
gorgeous. Yeah.
Do you know the art barn? There? It's on the highway. Like,
Maybe I do
I
then.
think it's a little past Roberts Creek.
I probably would have gone to it.
That's about as far as I've gone.
Yeah.
I didn't even make it to Seashell.
Yeah. Seashell's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I hear.
It's cute. All the little harbor planes go in there. That's how I get to my dad's.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you're going to be at the
Raw?
Artist thing at the
Yeah.
Mod Club,
I'm
right?
excited. Yeah.
Are you there Friday or Saturday?
I'm there
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
there Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're going to have like a little area and have your stuff on display?
Yeah, I think I'm going to be upstairs and I have a big booth and I'm going to have some free art. I'm going to have a little draw that people can enter to win
Oh, yeah?
an original.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
And this stuff, does it fly off the shelves, your pop things?
Yeah, a lot of it, especially the smaller stuff because it's a little bit lower price point. And I do a lot of magnets and prints.
Yeah.
Again, lower price point, so it sells super quickly. But yeah, pop culture, I think like it resonates with people.
Yeah.
Especially if it's something funny from a movie that we've been quoting forever.
I can't believe you don't know about the cult and the
I mean, I'm going to look it up now.
satanic stuff
No,
and David
don't
Bowie
even
still
bother.
being alive.
No, not worth it.
See, there's so much. No, it is worth it.
I feel like I should know.
Maybe that could be. No.
I can make a new painting about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got actually, okay. Anyways.
We'll talk
See, I
after.
wish I could paint sometimes. I can't paint at all.
You can give me ideas and I'll paint it
I
for
can give
you.
you some ideas,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll show you one with David Bowie after he died. That'd be
After he
cool.
died?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can ask people, who do you think this is? Because I'll show you after. Okay, so
The doppelganger.
and
Incognito.
wait, do you do anything else besides art?
Yeah, I do a lot of stuff. I act, I write, I produce, I
Really?
freelance marketer, I do it all. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm kind of a gig economist. It's that day
What does
and
that
age.
mean? A
It
gig?
just means do gig work, like lots of different
Lots of
freelance
gigs.
work.
Yeah. I think that's the future.
Jack of all trades. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're all paying?
Yeah, some of them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. Now, do you have a website or something where people can stay in touch?
Yeah, just my name, amberpetersen.ca.
Amber Pearson?
Petersen.
Peterson.
And it's Petersen, Danish spelling.
Right.
Yeah.
Where are you from originally? Oh, you're from Vancouver.
Vancouver. Yeah.
amberpetersen.ca, right?
Mhm.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to let us know about?
I think that's it.
Okay.
Thanks for having me here. It's been
Yeah.
fun.
Great.
Stop at the writing and the playing. Are you in anything coming up in town?
I was
or-
in an unaired TBS show.
Oh,
A little bit of footage from that I think was just aired today. It's just
Nice.
released, so there's something on YouTube. But
Hmm.
I'm in the middle of writing a show right now, and we'll see.
And what's the show on?
Can't tell you.
Can't tell?
Top
Okay.
secret.
Top secret.
But keep an
Look
eye
at
out for
there.
Amber Petersen.
Amber
Yeah.
Petersen.
Yeah.
Okay.
EN.
Right. Thanks for coming in and
Thanks for
showing us
having
your
me.
stuff.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. So we're going to take a little break. We've got more coming up here on LiveTheLunch, thatchannel.com. We'll be right back.